If you guys want to do it, I'm down. We got us Baraka, the team, Jayhawk, Kioska, Plush, as well as Smog on the Augie versus Holy Saya. And Holy Saya, I think he wants to fight Plush first. I think he wants to challenge the rogue off the bat. Jetchi over on that team waiting to start Nina. We got Tricks as well as Whisperer ready to go. And I think, are they gonna? Yeah, Plush is gonna be first up. They are gonna let the rogue and the paladin go first. Holy Saya wants to find a way, like, can you beat a rogue? Because so far Plush has done a fantastic job. Immediate bubble out of Holy Saya off the stump. Plush does get hit with a Wake of Ashes. No, actually no. There is a doubt on him. I don't know if Holy Saya can catch up to him fast enough. You just gotta get a global on the guy. Is there still a doubt on him? No, I think it's gone. Holy Saya does end up burning his full set of Crusade Wings though. That is a lot of potential damage, but Plush, we're using the Shadow Blades. I guess that doesn't really matter that much, does it? Immediate kidney shot into a blind. Holy Saya doesn't actually get himself a chance versus a Plush without the rogue going to resell. That's going to be Cloak too. That's quite a decent amount of defenses already used. Evasion is still going to be massive for Plush. Does get himself a stun back up. Gives Saya an opportunity to at least make some damage happen. Plush is going to have to find an escape here. Blind with advantage, that's a lot of commitment. That's a lot of stuff committed, but still dotted. Hold on, if Holy Saya can get around the corner, does get it close, but a sap out of the rogue, still dotted, veering in and out of stealth, but is still able to get himself a little bit more control established onto the pally. Holy Saya does have eyes, not up yet, but I think up in a few seconds, right? Should be like in 3, 2, 1, and eyes. Yeah, eyes are up. Blessing protection immediately. Plush does not have a vanish right now. He does have one coming back up in 30 seconds. That's going to be eyes picked up for Holy Saya. If Plush is going for a vanish, Holy Saya can see you and he can't respond. Full stun. Wait a second. I think he does end up taking it down right here. Unless Plush somehow lives it. Cheap death. Does go for cheap. Is this enough? Vanish. Does he see him? I don't know if he sees him. Does see him? Hold on a second. One more hammer is all he needs. Does he get it right now? He just needs to find a good angle. Does throw in a judgment, keeping him in combat. That's gonna put a dot on the guy. Kidney shot, not long at all, Gouge, but he does go and slam it. Holy Saya, the rogue hunter. He fought Glush with that strategy. Drifka, a couple of times in a row. And it was like, all right, I want to see if that strat works again. Is it Barak next? Looks like it's either Barak or Jayhawk. I think it is gonna be Barak. Maybe Jayhawk is out there just like, I'm gonna confuse him. He'll think it's a mage. See, he won't go anywhere. He'll just hang back. But immediately from one stealthy into the next, Barak is gonna be out here trying to bleed the guy out. Thorns, Holy Saya better be a little bit careful. I think you gotta get him to melee. He gotta take some damage from Thorns. Is gonna have himself a shield of vengeance to cover his approach. Barak with the defensive, maybe looking at a wall right now. Incarn rolling in, but the man is not really in a great situation. Bites are huge, but those Templars are even bigger. Man, him, Barak does get himself the emergency healer with a cloak, but not a lot of health. It does go down with a blade of justice, so spearing right through the boy midair. Does take from one stealthy into the next as Holy Saya holding strong as a Retribution Paladin champion. Over on this team, we got Jay, Kioska, Smog. It looks like it's going to be Jay up next by the looks of it. Does he really want to give Holy Saya an opportunity to reset though and recover? I think you just got to charge in there, man. You got to really put him through his spaces, you know? He's being really, really honorable though. But honestly, I feel like the guy wants a challenge. I think he just wants to get in there from one to the next to the next. Well played, enjoy the next guy. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Holy Saya does have like a plan for against rogues. I think he honestly took a bit of a play from Telrion the Warrior. Because Tel likes to do what Holy Saya did. Walk away to the far side of the arena, especially the Blade's Edge. Away from any pillars, kind of like towards the ramp, but like opposite side of like where the entrance is, near the wall, next to the eyes. And you just force the rogue to get next to him. Then you can lock him down the stun, get as much bleeds, whoop some slows on the guy, and then make it much, much difficult for him to crawl behind the pillar. But by then, you're already shredding through him. Bubble immediately out of Holy Saya though, very early on, going very aggressive with these bubbles and bops. Against rogues, it made sense, but against a mage, I don't know if he has maybe had some damage going. Maybe he had a Crusade for that point. I didn't pay attention, to be honest. But it looks like Jayhawk trying to see if he can get himself a go. Rebuke does get used a little bit early, drinking it out, but it's going to be a trick out of Holy Saya trying to keep the pressure rolling on a Jay. Is going to be spell steals, trying to see if he can remove the boss. There goes the hand of freedom. And Holy trying to see if he can keep the pressure going. Does get himself a set of wings. If Jayhawk does not have an answer for those, this could be a lot of damage. Still, it's going to be a poly, but it's only going to last a little bit long. full damage maybe out of Jay. Might be an iceberg situation unless Holy Sire just ends up ramping up damage super high. He's trying to see if he can keep it going. Stun onto Jay. He knows it's going to be blink ready, but the man's already got range damage. He's got plenty of distance for him. One more hammer? No, doesn't even find out if the hammer is going to do him in. He doesn't even want to know. This is where Holy Sire has himself full burst already, but it is going to wane as the iceberg is going to be falling off of Jay. Holy Sire, while he is holding on to his regenerating ratio, by the way, he's actually just fine. As long as he gets himself a bit of cover, goes to full regenerating. With no dots, he can get himself a lot of recovery, especially at the higher dampening. And I wonder if it's worth sending a racial now so you can have it for later. So you can get double the value for it, potentially. But who knows, really. As Jayhawk does end up going for a bit of reset himself. Over on the team 2, we got ourselves Jetshi waiting his turn. We got ourselves Nina. We got ourselves Trix. As well as Whisper. I don't even remember if I got to introduce these boys there at all. As Jayhawk trying to go for a little bit more of an upbeat position. Trying to see if maybe they will give him a bit of an advantage. Trying to get some slows onto Holy as the Paladin slowly marching forth. Will not be seeing wings out of him for a good while. Does himself final wreck. I believe that Cascade of Holy does get to connect, but I'm not 100%. That's going to be full Arcane Surge. Holy Side is going to have to run through the fire and the flames. It's going to be Shield of Vengeance to keep him alive. Back damage onto Jayhawk though. Got himself the ultimate time to reposition entirely. Does get locked out on Arcane. Knocked back into Holy for just a moment. Jay has a lot of power at the ready. If he has himself plenty of damage right now, could be really bad for Holy Saya. Got himself laying on hands just to keep himself afloat a little bit longer. This way, Jayhawk needs to, I think, finish off Holy Saya as fast as possible. He got himself lots of damage at the ready. Lots of cooldown reduction. Holy, I think is in a decent situation, but Jayhawk needs to see if he can maybe turn this around. He's got himself maybe somewhat of a light lead, and I think he needs to press the advantage as best as possible. Stun, knowing it's going to be a blink. Immediate wings are up for Holy Saya. Jay just needs to go for a little bit. You see immediate trinket. I don't even know if he actually got to poly, but he doesn't break out of it instantly into an interrupt on Jay. Does not have a lot of health to work with. Final reg down on the guy. Just needs a few more hammers. Got himself plenty of range. That is going to be all the time. I think maybe reversing that altar a little bit too early, and does end up slamming down the mage, not giving him even much of a chance. Maybe that wasn't even altar time actually. I think it was because of cooldowns, but I can't really tell. I think it might have just been like a proc for resources or something. Kiosko up next. Classical protection immediately onto Holy. He removes it instantly into a disarm onto the Pally. The Pally's got nothing left. Maybe a Shield of Vengeance. Maybe a wall for this one. Could be a Blessing of Sanctified to break out of the next stun or any kind of CC. Potentially, it is going to be a Freezing Trap as Holy try to see if he can pressure Kiosk. It does not say the CC for long though. Bubble coming back up in 4 seconds actually. This could be huge for the man. Got himself regenerating, but not going to be able to get much value out of it. Bubble is back up. Probably should have saved Bubble and regenerating together. But Forbearance, maybe? No, I think Forbearance was not going to really let him have a proper go. And Kioska does end up taking him out. Kioska got a lot of casters. Actually, 2 casters, I guess. And 2 melee to get there. And I feel like, depending on his cooldown management, and depending on who he gets to fight at once, he might be okay. I think some of these harder challenges are going to be maybe a monk, just for the mobility, and I want to say warlock just because of all those pets. Not like Nina and Whisper are not going to give the guy a run for his money or anything, but I think those are going to be some of the tougher because of like those 2 key eccentricities. As Whisper just getting absolutely blasted out. Being a Clothy, you're absolutely paid. Put him on ice as soon as he goes in for a disperse. As Kioska just trying to see if he can back away for just a moment. Whisper needs to find a way to lock down Kioska and go for damage. Quick Fear, like could be an opportunity. Trying to see if he can get some dots. Mind Games are out. I think he actually does get a lot decided with that Fear pathing him in an awful direction. Does get to root down the pet for just a moment, but trying to get in there. Fade does get a juke out one of the shots. I think it's an explosive shot. Or does it get 2? I don't even know if he actually got to juke it properly. But it's going to be Siphon joining in, taking that thing out very, very quickly. Shadow Crash onto the pets as well as Kioska. Silence right after is going to go for a muzzle onto the Mind Games, but at least it's going to be Vampiric Embrace still rolling. Devoid Torrent does end up canceling it out anyway though. Stun onto Kioska. Is this going to be maybe enough? Kioska is not an amazing spot, but he's kind of in a doable spot. Just needs one big kill shot onto Whisperer, but the guy is desperately trying to see if he can claw back some victory. Mind Games is up. Maybe able to get himself quite a bit of damage. Kioska trying to be very careful with self-healing and damage. Explosive onto Whisperer. Needs a kill shot. Just a kill command ends up doing the work. From him to Nina. Nina does have a bubble, does have a bop as well. So it could be pretty rough. Kioska with a stun. I think it might be done and done actually. I think it's just over, right? Oh no. And I said for a second, I thought the Jetchi and Trix were going to be one of the tougher matchups. But Nina with a full burst instantly, there's just not much you can do, yeah? Upheaval with a drop down and smog, trying to see if we can blast out Nina. Might be a bubble or anything out of this one. Breath to follow, that's gonna be Hand of Freedom. Nina, trying to see if we can get next to the Evoker. Maybe go for an interrupt or two. If the eruptions are doing a bit of damage, lay on hands, as does get put into sleep. And Smog right now does actually miss out one of his tools. He's playing into Rescue, but there's no one on his team for him to rescue. So it's actually going to be losing out on some of that shield value as well. Disengage on accident? Are you good, honestly? Yeah, this map for sure. This map definitely got a lot of line of sight for you to function. And if you can get out of position, that could be pretty bad. Time skip out for Smog. Taking a lot of damage though. Might be a cheat death for this man right now. Do we have cheat death on the bar actually? No, I wish I could actually see the cooldown of cheat death. I love how Evoker cooldowns, like I can track all of their CDs. Out of all the class CDs, Evoker is the one where I can track everything. With Paladin, just can't even track the wings or anything. This is going to be a eruption on Smog, but doesn't create a lot of sight. I think the Evoker might be done and done, unless you got some kind of a trick up your sleeve, man. Abamite is up, maybe some kind of a burst, trying to make some eruptions happen, big fire breath, but no, Nina just ends up slamming it out. Just trying to make sure to put these Evokers into the ground as best as possible. 3 for Holy Sire, doesn't uphold his own against these rogues though. Well done, well done. Let's get us another one going here, man, yeah? What's up, Tara? How you doing, my man?